Alright. Let's see if it's live on this channel. Yes, it is. Okay. Alright. Okay. Let's see if it's live on this channel. Alrighty. Yep. Alrighty. Yes, it is. Okay. Alright. So we're just gonna be talking about some weather that's gonna be present due to Lee. Alrighty. Major Hurricane Lee. Yep. Let's see. Alrighty. It is. Okay. Let's get started here. So we have Hurricane Lee on the infrared satellite. It's probably gonna be a while till anyone really gets here. But if anyone's here, hello, welcome. We'll be talking about system. That is way too slow. Alright, that's better. A little bit too fast. There we go. So you can see that it kind of is losing its eye here, but you can still see right around here it makes that curl. We could potentially see another eye that forms up with this storm. It actually is meeting with some wind shear. There are some outer band feathery looking stuff. Moisture is being pushed into the border islands. Virgin Islands are starting to see feet bands, so that's gonna be present. So it's kind of developing, but it's also weakening at the same time. There's still lightning around the eye, so it's a little bit of intensification, but it's kind of going down. So that's something that I notice. So as we really go through time here, alright, we're gonna have to wait a second since I have like so much stuff open currently. Alright, so you can see the Atlantic Basin. We have this low circulation tropical wave that's moving off of Africa. So we have to pay attention to that. And towards Central Africa, kind of towards that way, we actually see a big blob of rain that we also have to pay attention to. Florida is getting a cold front currently. Did put up some severe weather. New Orleans had some very heavy rain. Central America is seeing some showers and thunderstorms, extended showers and thunderstorms. Cuba's been seeing quite a bit of rain the past few days. Cuba, so you've been having some rain. Jamaica, you had some showers and thunderstorms moving off into Cuba. The border islands, you're seeing some moisture from a storm. We're actually seeing a lot less outer bands that we were actually predicting. This is okay. So the Dominican Republic, you had some showers and thunderstorms all around here. you're seeing some showers and thunderstorms. The lower border islands are not getting nearly as much rain that I predicted in my videos. That is a good thing, I would say, as they're not getting very large effects due to this storm being a lot more compact, not spreading out so much, and in general just very far away. So as we go through time here, what is this? Alright, so here we can see a little bit more clear. We can see that there is a big tropical wave right here that is coming off of Africa. Then we have this other little system, has some rotation, could form into something. Don't really say it will, don't really say it won't. The backside of Lee towards the other side, backside. So it's actually a lot stronger. This is outdated, so you don't really have to pay attention to that. This is the satellite view. If it loads, it will. It takes forever. So right now it's at 942 millibars, 150 mile per hour straight winds, normal winds. The forecast is showing by September 9th, 2 a.m., it's going to be down to 145 miles per hour. So it is weakening, and it is weakening pretty fast. Hold on. Alright, sorry about that. Back to what I was saying. So you don't really see an eye anymore with this system, but yesterday there was a pretty strong eye that we really saw. So we're really gonna have to wait and see, but it's really starting to be clear that it's probably not gonna hit the Bahamas or Florida, East Coast. It's just gonna go up to a turn and probably get pretty close to Bermuda, which will cause some concern depending on where it goes next when it gets that close. This is pretty far out still. New England, question mark, because this cold front that we're gonna see that protects all of the East Coast, New England is the only question mark about that. So sorry if this is pretty slow, doing the best I can here. This is a bit of a other view of Weather Nerds infrared satellite view here of storm itself. So the higher you get in the scale, that means the higher the clouds. You can see that there still is some lightning right around here as the storm moves. So it should actually there is kind of an eye right there. Really not noticeable though. It's still an intense storm. Like, just because it's on a 5 does not mean it's a weak storm. This thing is strong. It has a lot of rain. It's not weak. Even just around it, there's still very high clouds, which means a lot colder clouds, which means a lot more rain and a lot more wind in those areas. So you can see towards that eye-ish, I should say, there's still a decent amount of lightning and a lot of power with the system that you really see. So if this loads, then you can actually, so you can't really tell. I mean, it's kind of hard to tell. It's hard to tell. So right here's where the eye is. So that's basically where it is. Basically the best we can see. right here's a little bit closer of like the Gulf of Mexico view and the Caribbean view. You can see that cold front in Florida really has started to weaken a lot. There was this system with extended rain that has lost a lot of that, and it's not going to be doing anything. For what we've seen, showers and thunderstorms are starting to move off of Cuba and starting to move towards Bahamas. Central America, as I said, has some more heavy rain, showers, and thunderstorms that have been happening this whole day. So yeah, that's that. Jamaica, you saw some. Dominican Republic, you also saw some. Virgin Islands, all these areas are starting to see some rain from the storm itself, but they are not going to get the storm, a whole storm. But do not go to the beach. Don't. It's also a terrible idea to be going out to sea with those waves. 45 feet. 45 feet is what we have seen at the center. That is very strong, but we're going to take a run and see actually what Lee looks like here. We can see that this is Lee, and it's actually going to start to move actually closer to Nova Scotia. It's going to kind of fit through in New Brunswick. You probably are going to see some effects. Nova Scotia, Fiddle Islands, right around there. You're going to see some impacts. Maine, you're going to see some impacts. As we continue through time, you're going to start to see that it really goes right through Nova Scotia completely. It's actually starting to show on windy.com that it was going to go right above Maine, like completely, but now it's going to kind of like go a little bit east to Maine, but you know, towards a little bit more northern areas of Maine, you will see some stronger winds and some more heavy rain as time goes by, but mostly Nova Scotia is going to see the impacts. What is that? 983 millibars, what I see? Or 963. That's in the 60s, okay. But as we continue through time here, we're going into fantasy land, but we do see this system right here. Alright, circle that for me, please. Alright, thank you. So you can see that there is this system right here that is kind of approaching Bahamas pretty rapidly. 184 hours from now, it's not really making that turn. So we could actually see a system here, but this is very, very far out. So I'm not concerned about this storm that much. I did make a video that was talking about it, but I'm not worried about it because of how far it is out. I don't really think this is actually going to be the outcome. Alright, so you can actually see if you look very closely, there was like this eye that you could kind of see. It was just all like so light you could barely see it because of how fast the run model is going, but it was there, and it was there, yep. So this is a little bit easier to see here because it's not so 3D, and you can kind of see the basin itself. Kadi is like right here, leftovers, and a little tropical wave that has some rotation, and then Lee, major hurricane Lee, and then remnant extended rainfall system that kind of moved around Bahamas, and then weakening, older, well, not really old, but weakening cold front, and a little bit of some severe weather that's kind of starting to plume up, or at least some strong thunderstorms starting to plume up towards Texas. Some stronger thunderstorms are now starting to move off of New Orleans. Also some severe weather starting, or stronger thunderstorms starting to also be right next to Texas. This could lead to some stronger thunderstorms and some more gusty winds. Could be causing some of the downpours that you could be seeing currently. I'm not sure, but that could be something that you see. So let's see. So this is a little bit of an older fork. This is like from yesterday, but it's still following like the same track that basically it's been showing, except for it being a 4 and becoming like a 3 right here. If not, a 3 goes right here, and then it starts to go curling up. And it's, do not get judged by it. It is not a 5. It is a 4. Do not get fooled by that. So that's that. So we're getting through these tropical Tibet models now, so we might start to go to my other radars. So we're actually going to go through this right now. This was 72 hours under us. So this is not 72 hours next. This is a while back. So we're just going to kind of skip ahead of that because there's no need. This is right now the model is really starting to show. This is the HAFSA model. 45 hours from now, you can kind of see that eye, though. That's really kind of poking out. If the system actually gets an eye again, it probably will. I don't doubt it. But there's also that chance that it might just stay kind of foggy. But that also shows that there's going to be a very big eye right here. And it's been kind of showing that. So we could actually have a very big eye like that. That is quite of an eye. That is very big, and it might actually just went under eyewall replacement, and we might actually see another eyewall replacement phase actually occurring, just starting to happen as that is starting to wrap around the system, making that spiral, which might be showing signs of eyewall replacement. And kind of, because it was trying to, because you can see that it just opened up and it was like just straight like that. So if that were to succeed, then it would maybe get another 10 miles for an extra, for how big it would be. And then this is 123 hours from now. This is 126. So you can kind of see that it is actually starting to succeed with that. And it's starting to cut open these areas and starting to build that eye, which is going to give it that extra maybe 10 to 15 miles bigger than what it originally was. And we already saw quite a big eye. So we can really see that this system's starting to weaken. It's really not anything. I was actually tracking this storm a while ago. It's really just starting to make impacts on Fort Lauderdale. Miami, you could see some leftover showers and thunderstorms. Some very light rain that kind of formed up right next to Naples. But that's Florida right now. It's pretty quiet. We do have something going on in the sea, but that's staying away. Special marine warning expires 37 minutes. Seems like it's kind of going to the track down to Key West, but I don't think it's gonna get Key West that bad. So now we're gonna go towards New Orleans, and okay, we're not gonna see anything with that. Let's see, is this gonna work? Is this one gonna, kind of, you can see that there is some rain that came off of it, but we're gonna be paying attention to this area for now. We're gonna be paying attention to these stronger thunderstorms that are starting to make impact. Ore City, Lone Star, the Jefferson. I will be expecting a severe thunderstorm watch in these areas. Let's see. Expires in 6 minutes. Hail, 1 inch. Winds, 60 miles per hour. Let's see where this is going. Especially, alright, so if we pay attention to how it's going, thunderstorms came off of the note the north and formed up as of the extended moisture that we saw with this system, or thunderstorm I should say. We can actually check at the 3D model here, and we can see that there are some quite high top raises of where these really strong areas of peak areas. I would think that these areas would see some hail. We can actually check at the radar too to see how that's going. Sorry if I'm saying a lot, it's just a habit. So let's check this again and see that it is a pretty defined system. Thunderstorm. I'm so used to doing tropical updates. You can see that it is kind of intercepting. I'm not great with this, but you can kind of see how there are some areas that it mixes with the red and green, which can cause some higher winds like this. I'm not seeing any classical hooks, so I cannot say that there is any potential tornado threats with this system. You get it. Okay, anyways, I do not think, the only area that I think could potentially see a tornado or some rotation would be maybe around here, because it's not really pouring rain where the tornado is itself, and it kind of calms down, but then there's also this hook right here. So these areas could potentially actually cause a tornado if the storm were to continuously get stronger. So if we actually check the velocity of that, we can see if we're correct. Well, not really, but it's okay, because there is some areas right here that show that there is a bit of a area that seems a little off what I'm really seeing. Let's go back to reflect and see. And then if we go over here, let's see if we were correct on that, or somewhat accurate. Let's see. No. No. The only area that I would see is really here. That could actually kind of make a swirl, but not really. So that's that. Oh my god. I'm sorry if I'm annoying you with me constantly saying but yeah. It's a little late at night, so I usually say that a lot. We could actually we're gonna check this. So it's kind of going more southerly. So I'm gonna circle the areas that are stronger. And they're starting to kind of go down like that. Let's see. We can actually see it based on how it's moving itself from the past. Yeah. Okay. So I'm gonna make a prediction. I'm gonna put it like right here, and let's not great. Let's find an area we want this to go to. Let's go to Longview. All right. So this is gonna be going to Longview, and also it could be making areas of Spring Hill and White Oak, Haroldstown, and it's based on what it looks like. It's going around 40 miles per hour. Ore City is gonna be there pretty soon, as it's already kind of there. I think if we actually just go over to this, we can get information about the severe thunderstorm warning that we see on this thunderstorm that's right here. You can see that it is moving quite fast, and it is pretty close to Longview. It might actually just avoid them just a little bit. Severe thunderstorm remains in effect till 8:45. Severe thunderstorm was located 40 miles per hour. Yep. 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts and a quarter-size hail. So that is some strong thunderstorms. And we're seeing more right here that are also rolling down that could potentially become a severe thunderstorm that could be also impacting the same area as these storms continue to intensify, if not make a special weather statement about these recent events that we have been seeing. So we're going to track that, but we're going to go on a little bit. As we can see, there's a squall line of special weather statements, strong thunderstorms, and they are building. These could potentially actually cause some severe thunderstorm warnings and watches, and there already are watches in effect because these storms are coming through and they're coming fast and they are strong. These areas could produce severe thunderstorm. It is conductive for that, and there's also some areas right there, and there is another area right here that could also potentially flare up into a severe thunderstorm. We'll keep an eye on that one. There is a lot of lightning with this storm, 40-mile-per-hour winds, and maybe penny-sized hail. So hail potentials are there. They're not gone. They're still here. So let's get out of that. It's moving 40 miles per hour, average strong thunderstorm, and just, update just in actually 9:43. We're starting to see some areas that have stronger rain areas right here. I've actually seen a lot of these thunderstorms have these. So if that continues to build, we could see even bigger sized hail and a higher chance for tornadoes, depending on the velocity and how strong the storm it gets, because this storm still shows that it really could become a tornado if it really wants to. So this system really could, just right in here, it could become a tornado, at least isolated. Just right in that corner is where I would really see the rotation. Right there. So definitely I would keep an eye on that area that they're currently in, but I am not too worried about that. And another area of stronger rain is starting to develop right there. So there's that, and there's more strong thunderstorms that are forming up all the way from up here. Savannah and Fort Towson, Broken Bow, all those areas are starting to form up some stronger thunderstorms that eventually just end up as a stronger thunderstorm. But the severe thunderstorm warning has actually now been inducted. It's gone. As you can see, there's still that area that I'm watching, and then there's this very strong rain that is still there. So the threat is not gone, y'all. And over here we have these strong thunderstorms that are moving through. We might even get some details about this. There we go. These expire in 11 minutes, so they're not gonna really be... Alright, southeast at 20 miles per hour, wind speed up to like 40. So you can really see that this main area is a strong thunderstorm that is moving 20 miles you can really see that there is this main strong thunderstorm that's moving 20 miles per hour southeast. So that's kind of going like that. So Dallas actually could be affected by this 20 miles per hour, and we could see, we go and we find Dallas. Well, right around Dallas, you can really see that all these areas could be affected by at least remnant strong thunderstorms from this system. If not, it could form into a severe thunderstorm depending on how strong the winds get and how strong the hail sizes get and the intensity of how the storm wants to continue. We have this other system that is a special weather statement that probably is pretty similar around sunset. Doing the same thing, but only going south. So that is just gonna keep going south with lower winds, weaker. They could form up. I'm starting to see that, but not really anything that concerning. So Springtown, that's basically south. Bridgeport is moving 20 miles per hour. So Bridgeport 45 minutes. Lucky Ridge 82 minutes. Springtown 95 minutes. Total population 1,977. So these areas are going to be here relatively soon, 95 minutes in an hour, depending on how strong the storm gets in that amount of time, shows how bad it's going to get. So these areas, this is the places that I would be paying attention to if I were you. If you were in these areas, you need to pay attention to how strong the system gets. Severe weather is 100% possible. So like Paris, Sulphur Springs, like you have some weaker thunderstorms. I'm just saying that conditions are right, that you could get some stronger thunderstorms. It's just that area needs to monitor what happens, especially the new circles that I'm starting to make. These systems are forming up, and they are forming up quite fast. Just because the severe thunderstorm warning goes down does not necessarily mean they will not put them back up. Also, these areas need, like Gainesville, you need to pay attention. McKinney, you need to pay attention. Bounty, kind of, I mean, it's not that bad yet. It's just some light rain. It's just the stuff around it that could be causing some action. So if we go up here, we might be able to see some better action of what's going on in Oklahoma City. You can actually see a better view of what's going on over here. This is what we're going to be paying attention to, because we can see that so now we can actually see what these storms look like a little bit better. So you can really see that there is a line of these thunderstorms that could actually produce severe thunderstorm warnings that would be in effect. I'm not really seeing the tornado warnings here, but you can see that they just updated. And they're kind of following the same track, except this one's gonna go a little bit more south, and this one's just gonna go down and probably hit Dallas. So now, okay. So there are some showers and thunderstorms around Oklahoma City. These could form up into some stronger showers and thunderstorms that could potentially follow the same track and become stronger and produce something, but that is a lot of time before we can actually say some light rain that we're only really seeing right now, so we can't say much about that. It's not that high up in the sky, so we can't say anything. St. Joseph's, many of these areas will be alright. It's just these main areas that we're seeing right here that are experiencing quite a ride, I won't lie. So we're gonna start to wrap things up soon, but not just yet. I'm gonna start to wrap things up maybe 25 minutes from now. So we're just gonna keep an eye on a little bit on how Lee's doing for right now. And then we're gonna go to see back on the severe weather. We're gonna go a little bit more north. So this is going to be wind updates. Wind speed is 150, weakened by 1 mile per hour. Wind gust 184, went down by 1. Pressure 942, same. Ground speed 13, slowed down. Course west northwest 300 degrees. Okay. So it's still kind of following its main track, 13 miles per hour. So it is starting to slow down, but yeah. So we saw that. Now time to go down to like New Jersey, and like Wilmington. So we're gonna do Washington. We're gonna do Charlottesville. So I'm just gonna let anyone who's around these areas, if you are in the stream, I'm not sure if anyone's even in the stream right now. If you are in any of these areas that you can see with these rain areas, then you are welcome to look at this just for a little bit. Then I will take it off. So this is what it looks like right now. Washington's actually seeing some pretty strong thunderstorms. Wilmington seeing some severe weather. Dover, you might see some rain. It's quite potential. In New York, you actually could see some severe thunderstorms or at least leftover thunderstorms that might move into your area. So that could be possible. So yeah, that's that. Radar Omega, and then we go up to Washington. We can see where all these weather areas are. So you can see around here, Charlottesville. So let's actually see the track of where the storm's going, and we can start making predictions there. Alright, we can see that it's going on that northwesternly, kind of northwestern, 70 mile per hour winds. Okay. Let's see. About the same thing. Right. Moving north at 30 miles per hour. So this whole area that you're really seeing where these two severe thunderstorm areas are both moving 30 miles per hour. We have some pretty nasty squall lines right in front of it. These areas could see some very heavy rain, and those might also become severe thunderstorm warnings. I would not be surprised. Alright. Oh. Oops. Okay. So let's go to Front Royal, and it's moving 30 miles per hour. Alrighty, so Repton Mills 3 minutes, Madison 11 minutes, Brightwood 17 minutes, Haywood 21 minutes, State Mills 33 minutes, Scrabble, 40 minutes. Woodville, 43 minutes. Fetcher Mill, 48 minutes. Rock Mills, 51 minutes. 50 minutes now. Flint Hill, 66 minutes. Lakefield Manor, 72 minutes. Glen Echo, 75 minutes. Limetown in 76 minutes. Carl, 78 minutes. Zikosi City, 84 minutes. So that's what we're seeing here. The back side of the storm seems to be a little bit more quiet, but it could form up into something. I can't say much, but if we actually take a look here, the main area where the strongest parts is about 21 miles. So that's pretty big. That's quite big, where the more stronger parts of the strongest parts of the storm would really be. So areas that I would really just pay attention to are all of these areas right here. 70-mile-per-hour gusts are no joke. So you definitely need to keep an eye on that. Turn on the news. Stay on me, because I might wrap it up and sum out what we're really seeing here. Towards Washington, we have a lot of things that we're just seeing here. We have one severe thunderstorm right here, around Braden. Camp Springs, we're also just seeing very heavy rain. Coral Hills, Landover, all the way up to Silver Springs, and like right into Washington. Alexandria, Springfield, West Falls Church, Idleyville, McLean. All of these areas are seeing quite heavy rain. So some of these areas where there's even more heavy rain could see even strong, like maybe even a severe thunderstorm warning. I'm putting the red area that needs to pay attention to this storm could become a severe thunderstorm warning. We're going to keep an eye on the area that says severe thunderstorm warning on it, because that's the area that we need to really pay attention to. 60-mile-per-hour winds expires in 13 minutes. Hail 1 inch. Moving north at 20 miles per hour, so we can see kind of just where it's going. So we're gonna start to point it. So it said 20. Okay. Seabrook, 20 miles per hour. Calculate that. It's probably not gonna become a severe thunderstorm. It's probably going to be a lot weaker when it gets over there. Queensland, 10 minutes. Mellowwood, 14 minutes. Marlborough Village, 16 minutes. Oak Grove, 25 minutes. Largo, 27 minutes. Lake Arbor, 32 minutes. Summerfield, 34 minutes. Woodmore, 34 minutes. Bright Seat, 35 minutes. Palmer Park, 37 minutes. Dodge Park, 39 minutes. Waseda Raceway, 42 minutes. Rolling View, 42 minutes. Lincoln, 43 minutes. Seabrook, Alcaris, I can't pronounce it. 46 minutes. Okay, so there's that. Oh. Did actually just go down. I'm still gonna say it's something strong like that. I don't doubt it. It's probably just went down by a little bit. So, what else? Okay, more severe. So, these areas are seeing some special weather statements just around here. Definitely keep an eye on it. I don't have the time to really talk about it. If it goes up a little bit stronger, then I will talk about it, but that's not seeming to be the case. Alrighty, so let's go straight up to the severe areas. West Grove, Oxford, New London, Franklin, Fair Hill, Appletown, Brookside, Oakwood Hills, Perth. Well, not really Perth, Wellington Manor, Beer. So these areas really need to pay attention. They're all like moving the same miles per hour. So let's see how fast the wind speed and the information. Alright, same thing expires in 10 minutes. Northeast at 15 miles per hour. Ooh. It's a lot slower than I expected. Happens, but even if you're not even like in this, I just need you to pay attention. Tower City, Tremont, Gordon, Ringtown. I'm going to circle the area that needs to kind of pay attention because of how much rain they're getting. And it's not moving that fast, but it also isn't moving insanely slow. All of this area, just so much rain. Like, even if you don't get a severe, like, you're going to get a lot of rain and a lot of lightning, so just don't go outside. So, let's see. Franklin, all the way to Warwick. Pottstown. 15 miles per hour. Ugh. Franklin, 13 minutes. London, Britain, 14 minutes. Lickerton, 22 minutes. West Grove, 29 minutes. Baker, 34 minutes. Newen, 62 minutes. Northbrook, 64 minutes. South Coastalville, 70 minutes. Novili, West Broadford, 72 minutes. East Broadford, 77 minutes. Down Willingtown, 85 minutes. Bradford Hills, 88 minutes. Little Washington, 92 minutes. Whiteland Crest, 95 minutes. West Whiteland, 95 minutes. Milford Mills, 98 minutes. Lionville, 100 minutes. There's a lot of things that we have to go through. I'm just going to skip a little bit. Hallman, 102 minutes, 2 hours from now. Cedar, 128 minutes. Union, 141 minutes. Frick's Lock, 147 minutes. Total population, 323,730. That is a lot. So people that are in this cone of these areas, I mean, just expect some rain. Maybe by when it gets to the area that I'm gonna put it as green, I think it's probably gonna go down by then because it's gonna take a while for it to get there. But you know, you never know. It could become something that we just don't know. So I think we're gonna go up north. We can find a severe thunderstorm warning in the area. Let's see. Can we find anything that we have not covered yet? We should name ourselves the Severe Thunderstorm Finder. We provide all the severe thunderstorms in one day or a few minutes. So I guess we're just gonna go over to around. I'll go back there soon. Alright. Might get a bit of a clearer view here, might not. Alright, so these areas kind of already reviewed. So these areas, obviously gotta check out the rain. They gotta see that, these areas can see that there's a lot stronger rain where they are. If you are in these areas, Washington, Silver Springs, all these areas are seeing a lot higher areas of rainfall. Stevens City, you're getting a little bit of a shower and thunderstorm. Moorfield, you're going to see some light rain with some occasional heavy rain. So that's that. Now we're gonna go down south, but before we do that, we're gonna take a look and see how high these average clouds are. Oh my, okay. Yeah, there's a lot of high-rise clouds in these strong storms. So when it's heavy rain, it's high clouds. These are going up probably. I would not doubt it. So as time continues with that, things will calm down, of course. And they're going to calm down relatively soon. Just don't make it feel like it's going to be a while. Because the more you think about it, the more longer it's going to take. Let's use this radar right here. Long view. I've already taken care of this. I think the severe thunderstorm's either moving into this thing or away from it. Now, let's see. Yep, it's moving into it, as I expected. Tracking this guy again. Yay. Just got the severe thunderstorm thing again for it. Not surprised. 60-mile-per-hour winds, hail 1 inch, maintaining that strength. Okay, it's not really moving south at 35 miles per hour. South at 35 miles per hour. Had a bit of a change in its mind. Okay. I don't really want to go too far because, I'm only going to really put it just basically out of the system. Warning. And it's going 35. So, kind of slow, but not terrible. Gum Springs, 11 minutes. Lakeport, 19 minutes. New Prospect, 42 minutes. Chapman, 47 minutes. Population's kind of low here, but 3,938. A little bit lower, but it's alright. So those areas, if you are watching this stream then, I don't think anyone's watching, but you might be seeing it when it's already out. So yeah, that's the severe thunderstorm stuff I got. We'll check Lee out, and I'm just gonna get my radar back to where it needs to be. We're gonna start wrapping things up here. I will have a longer stream, it's getting pretty late and things are starting to calm down for a lot of the things, and these severe thunderstorms are gonna start going down. So we're just gonna check out the infrared satellite views. You can see that doesn't really have that eye looking thing anymore. I mean, there's a bit of it. I think it might be under some eye wall replacement phase. That could be the possibility. It's trying to form something, but it can't do it yet because it's some of the wind shear's kind of pushing the wind above the eye. It's been doing that for most of the day. And last night, this is the basin. We can see that there's a lot of rain going on, some severe weather. And yeah, I'll keep you updated, but always remember to stay weather ready now for any random events that happen, because you never know. But I'll keep you weather ready, so I'll keep you updated. Yeah, make sure to stay weather ready. Bye.